Number 9.
Hello. What's up?
My nigga. Just my nigga.
You're funny, bro.
That's my nigga. What's good, bro?
What's your name?
Dahi.
Where you from?
Inglewood, California originally, and all over the world now.
So, like, name some places.
Shit. Ivory Coast, just for my roots, North Carolina, Kinston, North Carolina. I say I'm from Vancouver. I'm from New York. I'm from.
Oh, you spent time in Vancouver?
I have.
For real?
San Francisco. Well, I say these are places where I feel like I'm rooted in.
Gotcha.
Like places
Understood.
that I either really love, places I lived, places that I
You gonna buy houses in one day?
hopefully.
Because he like 30 times platinum. So continue.
I don't even know what that means today because streaming era.
Let's not get into that first.
But,
Continue.
No. I think I say I'm from different places because I realize you grow when you visit places. You grow and you become a different person to some extent. Of just kind of like just being in this environment. It does something to your mental state, your body, the spirit, and so I definitely feel like I'm from multiple places. But I was born in when I was born in Harbor City, which is actually in LA, near San Pedro, but grew up in Inglewood.
I didn't know that.
Yep, UCLA Harbor. That was the hospital I was born at.
So like, how you been homies for this long? I thought you were from the Bay, and then you moved.
Because I have a Bay Area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have a Bay Area phone number, but was born in LA. It's funny, even though I don't even remember what my phone number was, but I got my phone in college, and I was just like, all right, I'll just keep it. So when people see my phone number, they think I'm
from the Bay.
Definitely not.
Oh, well, you got me.
But I love the Bay.
You got me.
Yes, I know.
I know. You got me. So did you have like musical training like when you were younger? You play like instruments growing up, or
training? I mean, I wouldn't say training. I was in band growing up in like middle school, high school. Was like the kind of like formal music training years. But I've always had instruments in the house. Like my stepdad used to have instruments all over the house. So we go to a swap meet and just buy, just random congos and guitars and drums and just have it in the house. And he would play like one song, which is funny. He still probably plays that one song to today. But yeah, that was just kind of like something that intrigued my ear of, doing music and just finding a love for, just kind of going out from the garage and just picking up, drums and just playing them, just for fun. But yeah, formal training outside of that years, I kind of stopped doing it after I left high school and started DJing and got into other, genres of music and stuff now. And then kind of got back into, training from just basically studying other producers and musicians that I liked. Yeah. But I haven't officially gone to like a music school in a long time.
Yeah. So yeah. So when did you start DJing? How old were you when you started DJing?
18? Like 18? Yeah, I think 18.
Like what sparked it?
So my friend Mickey, shout out to Mickey, we met at a summer bridge program. And she was the one that kind of got me into hip hop, really, in the sense of just like really diving into like I guess you would call it like the hip hop backpack rap fan of stuff.
Like during the blog era type vibe, or before that?
This was 2001.
Okay, yeah, so a little bit like before that.
Before that, you know what I'm saying? But this is like, college dropout time.
Facts. I was just talking about the album earlier.
Common, I was listening to a lot of Common at the time. Dylan.
Electric Circus?
No.
Okay. That album fire though.
It's funny, that album, I gotta listen to the album again because I think I realized certain albums hit differently and it puts like I actually got to revisit that one, which is a good one. But I was listening to Like Water for Chocolate. Yeah. That was the one I was like, oh, okay, this is fire. Yeah. And then Talib Kweli, was big at the time with High Tech.
Yeah.
And High Tech was the first producer that I remember buying a single.
Most fire dude. He's
High Tech is
listen,
bro.
Young legend. He's cold.
He don't get mentioned
Enough.
as much as he should. Like I really feel like he kind of. What I love about High Tech is that he kind of had eras, if you don't really think about it, because he had
evolved through his
yeah.
Kind of like you do the same. Actually, I think about it now.
No, but I look at there's some producers that I look at their career and I love to see the progression in their sound and like what they're doing, because High Tech specifically, what I love about him, he was doing the Talibs and the Mos Defs and the kind of like what you consider like the backpack rap era.
Yeah.
But then he went on and did stuff with G Unit and 50 and Game. That was like some most gangster shit.
Yeah. He want to go get bagged out.
No, he got some bread for
he
sure.
Get bagged
but
out.
just as a sound man, it was like, oh, he kind of had these eras as of, and also tapping into different worlds in hip hop that really showed his range as a producer. But I'm always modeling my career off of like there's certain individuals who are basically kind of genreless.
Yeah.
If you put them in the right room, they can kind of figure something out. So.
Yeah. I can see that for sure. I'm really. It's so interesting. Like you started DJing at 18, and then that's when you started, I guess, digging in a sense, right? And just trying to figure out what records to play and stuff like that. Like I'm sure that's the part of the process. And then after you was digging and you playing parties and you playing out and things like that. And like, how do you go from that to being like, okay, well now I want to make this? Or is it at the same time, or what is it?
I think it's funny. I don't know any DJ that doesn't try to make beats. I feel like that's just a part of it at some point in time. But for me, it was probably like my second year in college when I started to get into trying to figure out how to produce or make beats, because my boy J Mill had bought Acid Pro, which was like a little.
I know Acid, bro.
Yeah. Acid Pro and Cool Edit Pro. Those were the two.
So that's what you started on?
Yes, but I started on Acid Pro to make beats, and so I had my little compact a laptop.
Laptop, yeah.
And was just chopping. See, he was Filipino, so he was getting Filipino samples. So he was giving me them Filipino,
obscure,
Tagalog, kind of. It was hard too because it was just different, and I think it was cool because you could, I think at the day, I think you learn specifically if you're doing hip hop type beats.
Yeah.
Hip hop beats, in some ways, is the most, open form genre in regards of making something new and fit into this world. So your source material can be anything.
Yeah.
If you do it in the right context.
Yeah.
So that year was like the first time I really started to try to make beats and chop up stuff on the laptop. And it was it's just a progression, man. Like I didn't know if I was like going to be good at it, but I knew I had a lot of fun. I could spend hours and just digging fun stuff. Cause you I think, and the cool thing about the era too is like, I think digging was like it felt special to find something that nobody else had and something that you could be like, oh man, this is gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Or if you had a sample that was used, you try to flip it totally different and be like, oh shit, I ain't heard it that way.
Yeah.
So from that context, it was like these little rules that I kind of picked up from just like studying certain producers that I admire their work and be like, okay, these are the things that I have to incorporate to for my own style.
So besides other producers and things within music, like anything outside of it, you feel influenced your passion or your desire to make music? Like did a girl break your heart? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, man, that one time that da-da-da happened, and ever since that day, like, I was like, nah, I gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Like, what other motivations did you have?
I wouldn't say I had motivations. I think for me, I think as a kid, I've always realized that music was the one thing that I could express myself the clearest. So it was almost like a thing where you can hear. I was always triggered. I reacted to songs that kind of had an emotional pull, regardless if it was in any genre. Like I always loved things that had like either sadness to it or a happy feeling, or songs that had a mixture of both. Like I love songs that feel like they're in the in between, like this dark light space. And I've always kind of felt, for me expressively, I can tell you how I'm feeling through my music. I'm not like an outwardly emotional person. I think that's something that just, you kind of grow up with certain traits and things, but I think music was like an outlet that I kind of found early on of like, oh, this is something that I could
speak through.
So I wouldn't, it wasn't, I don't have like these arcs of like, moments that like, man, this made me do that. But I just remember growing up and the things that I would listen to, or the things that I would feel like. I feel like I was always into movies.
Yeah.
And movies, I loved movie scores. And like one of my favorite movie scores is Shawshank Redemption. And I remember I used to listen to that soundtrack all through the night, like sleep with the music on, and have these kind of like moments of like dark light feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was probably like things that I noticed early that kind of leads me in my path with like the things that pull me, things that doesn't pull me, things that don't have, that's things that have just instant like emotion, whatever it is, high or low.
Yeah, I connect with that. Same. When I was growing up, a lot of times, or a lot of moments that I remember are connected to certain songs I would just play on repeat all the time. Like I used to have a CD player. I used to listen to Boyz II Men Evolution CD. And there's a song there called Doing Just Fine. And for some reason, I thought I knew exactly what them dudes was feeling. Like I was like, I done had my heart broke like that before. I was 14. Like, so I think being able to be educated emotionally, like educated through music is kind of like a power to me, because some people not really open to all genres of music educating them, They just be like, back in the day, if you listen to rap music, you got the baggy jeans on, you got the Timbos on, you got the fitted hat, he's probably not listening to Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you are open to like visual things and how music introduces itself through visuals, then I think automatically, like when the visuals out, then you just start seeing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think at the end of the day, it's like you see music can be real visual, man. I always say music can be the most picture perfect, like vision and that can bring up inside of you that you don't really recognize how much it does, but it really does allow you to create memory in a unique way that allows you that sticks with you throughout your entire life. You know what I'm saying? You always say when you first hear certain songs that move you, you always remember where you were at. You always remember what you were eating, what you were wearing, like what was on your mind. Like, I always remember the first time I heard Bone Thugs, First of the Month. Like I was literally in North Hollywood with my brother, and he was playing I think he was playing MTV, and the music video came on, and I always remember that moment of like hearing that song and was like, kind of felt scared, but kind of felt like, yo, it was hypnotizing. You know what I'm saying? Like hypnotizing, hearing someone rap like that, hearing all those type of beats, like it was I just remember vividly in that space and like, man, this is affecting me emotionally somehow, some way.
It's like, it was like haunted but euphoric at the same time.
Yeah, bro. Like it's just music that
wake up, take up.
Yeah, bro. It's
like
yeah, bro. There's certain shit that you be like, you literally remember the moment of like, of that emotional feeling that you can't control.
Right.
That's the thing. You can't control.
It just go flow out of you.
It's the flow. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say, it's funny because even, how we just had that earthquake.
The hurricane the other day.
It was, remember the earthquake and hurricane the same day. And I remember we had to shake. And I remember like, you know, I'm with my daughter and like it started shaking and then, you know, I had this feeling of like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I remember like I was calm, but then my hand was still moving.
Yeah.
And it was a weird feeling of like, oh, I can't control my hand stop from moving. You know what I'm saying? Just that weird,
Yeah.
you know, you try to calm yourself down by breathing and all this stuff like that, but just the fact it was like, oh shit, like damn, it rattled me to some extent because now I got the dog and my kid and
you gotta take care of them.
So it was just an interesting feeling, and I feel like music can do that sometimes when you just
like lingers
and it sticks with you, and yeah, it's a funny man, because even those are feelings that I'd be searching for now, and it's harder to get those feelings now in today's music because it's coming. There's so much about the numbers and the calculations and how it sounds and what it would be. But you're not really. It's not hitting you that way.
Same way.
Because of
the way it's being created.
The way it's being created. So, but no. I always say, man, you hear a song that pulls you in. It has to feel. It's almost sometimes it should scare you like a movie. It should make you feel happy or sad like a movie. It just has to have. Music should have the cinematic aspect to it to make it just last.
Yeah, the longevity of it. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've got similar approaches as far as like just exploration, just trying things, like, you know, and then finishing.
Yep.
Which is like the most important part.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, finishing, right?
Finishing is.
How do you feel about finishing?
I think you. Finishing is interesting because I think you know the feeling you have in certain records that you contribute to and have. I think you know that you have a time limit of what you need to get across.
Like, yeah.
In some aspect, it's a thing of knowing that you don't ever want to kill the feeling unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? It's like these little things in the back of my mind when you're filming a song, but you know when something's missing. You know when it's like it's not there yet.
Yeah.
It takes time, and I think finishing a song is. Depending on your level of like what you need to complete at a certain point, I think using time as a reference point to like use it against you, but also use it for the process of letting things come in that you may not be paying attention to.
Yeah.
It's like important, but I do think it's at the end of the day, you know when it feels done. You know, you always it's like. I really look at it like it's like a book. Like, you know, the arc and the climax of a book, but then when it starts to feel like what else do I need to say?
Yeah.
What I need to do? Like, I feel like I got their point. I don't want to have to repeat myself.
Nah.
If you want to repeat, just listen to the song again. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you just got to have reference points at the end of the day of other things that in the world that you feel are complete. And why is it complete? Because it did this.
Yes.
And
like the formulas and
I realized too, it's like everything is kind of coming into me now where I realize how much the human existence is all based on stories. Like, stories are like
storytelling.
The entire
everything.
Like, kind of human history of movements and things, and how stories dictate, you know, how people see their lives and blah blah. And so I really take that into heed of like with music, it was like knowing like it's a story, and how do you make it feel like there's a beginning and ending and a middle, or beginning, middle, and an ending. So, but you know, it's just, well, some people don't know, but if you're in tune, like you'll know when it's like it feels right.
How did you know when you were in tune?
That's a big question. In tune with life?
Anything.
You just gotta put the broad questions.
The guy with the broad questions. It's a real question. Like, how did you, like, when you realize, like, I got this figured out, like, you know, I'm tapped in?
Well, I always say I don't think I have it figured out, but I do rely on the, I guess, references within myself of like in references for things that I stumbled upon in making songs or making things, and when you kind of know when I think the questions start to just you're not asking questions as much. In fact, that's the best way. Like I think when you ask a lot of questions, which I think are great, I think you something's missing.
Yeah.
But when you kind of don't have the answers, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like they correlate to like, well, I think I got it, because I don't feel I'm missing. I'm not asking that same question again.
Yeah, no.
And once that question is kind of fulfilled, then you're like, oh, it's probably.
And then you just like log it, and then you just reference it.
Exactly.
Yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you just have to have these points that you can go back to and be like, let me go back and compare my notes and compare like.
I watch you do that a lot in your process.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's like, that's like being super present. You know, and that's kind of like a level of focus that, like, that's to me, that's being in tune, is being present, you know, and being able to be like, okay, what just happened? Hold on. Let me make a note of what just happened, because that was amazing, so I could make it happen myself. I don't got to wait for it to happen by mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes people just exist in a world where they're like, we're just going to create a moment, and then the moment's going to happen. And you like, nah, I got the moments designed over here.
Yeah.
And I can introduce the moment at any time that I feel now, because that one time I caught the moment, now I got a whole library of them.
Yes, yeah.
And I admire that, you know, and I understand what that means, like how intentional you have to be, like during a process, because some people might be in the room like, what are we doing?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening right now? And you got this whole little folder of moments that they're not keen to because they wasn't there when you marked them.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the beauty that I like understand about your music, and the conversation that we do have, it is about like quality. You know, it is about the importance of moments. You know?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we go off shoot all the time.
We talk about a lot.
But
some stuff we can't talk about on the camera.
Yes.
But
no. I think, I say one thing I appreciate about our friendship is that we check up on each other was I tripping?
Accountability.
Or was I right?
Yes.
And I think we always have a point of like knowing the. And it's funny because it's not even. I always say when people do stuff and they put stuff out in the world, they're not. They think about the audience. They think about obviously like how this is going to affect them.
Yeah.
But you can always tell when something is manufactured,
right,
and something that is a real emotion. And sometimes it's not even about the level of skill. Sometimes it's just like if I scream on a record, oh no, that motherfucker
he screamed.
And I okay.
I could tell that he just did that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think and that's when we do talk about things, and we share perspectives, most times it is leading down to like, do we believe the motherfucker or not?
That's it.
No. I don't care about how good it is. Like, most times it's like, yo, what you thought about that? Like, it sound good, but like, do it really matter?
Yeah. No. There's a, and that's the point. It's like there's always a thing of like, of someone, when you record, I always say, this is another thing I always say about recording a record. Like I don't think people understand the power of a recording.
For sure.
Like knowing that, if I record this thing, I have 100 takes, but that one take that I did this thing, I felt something.
Yes.
And
I couldn't replicate.
I can't replicate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, sometimes your best ideas. Well, it's always now. it's very, hey, I'm not on some like, you know, Y2K shit where basically you got to record and listen to everything that is around you or you're being recorded. But there's always a thing of like knowing when you go back and listen to things that you said or did and it has this emotion or a certain take that you did that just flowed from God. I always say like the thing that when you let God perform through you, there's certain things that you do, you're like, damn, did I record that? And then it's gone.
Yeah.
And so I think you understanding the power of the recording is a huge factor in, you know, creating moments. And so when you put out a record and people don't, if people can hear it, it always makes sense. It always been like, oh shit, like I was listening to a podcast, the Torre podcast. Shout out to Torre. We never met, but I love his podcast.
Yeah.
And they had Stout P on there. He said, you know, when he records, he doesn't punch. He was like, I don't punch. Like if I can get to the end of the record, and if I fuck up on the last, you know, 2 lines, we record it again.
Record the whole thing.
And he basically said, look, I have to when I'm recording, like I have to feel it, and it has to be I have to get it all out as a full idea.
As a thought, yeah.
Because I wanted to feel like
a flow.
It's a flow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know, just that level of like, kind of like intention was like, that's just dope to hear, refreshing, because it was like, yo, like I'm gonna get it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get that line.
Yeah, and I understand, and it's like you understand the weight of like not only what you're saying, but how you're saying it, and like the more it's like basically saying a monologue to yourself over and over again, you know? So by the time you get ready to say the monologue, it sounds like you just talk like somebody like, he wrote it, like he wrote this, you know what I'm saying? So if you already wrote it, then the way you embody something, you know, I think is really important. I'm glad that you pointed that out, you know, like the importance of that aspect of the process, because, you know, sometimes that's like the last thing people care about. Like, the beat sound good? Everything cool? All right, cut the vocals right quick. All right, we're going to punch. We're going to mellow down this whole thing. All right, you believe. Like, sometimes the artist's not even in the room no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then they come back, it's like, oh, it sounds great. Yeah. And that's not something that I try to be around.
No, bro, it's a thing of, you know, I always say technology has obviously made the process of doing things more feasible, more affordable, more efficient, you know, which is I love it, you know what I'm saying, for you know, my time that I have in the day. Yeah. But you want to get that?
Nah, you can keep going.
Okay. But I do think, like, you know, when you study recordings of records and how they were made, and just the fact that, like, you know, if you don't get this take now, like, you might never get called again.
You can never.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker be like, if I was literally talking to some musicians, they were like, yeah, like, bro, like, back in the day, we, you know, if we didn't get this lick right, the day they hired us, you're never gonna see them again.
That's true.
So they had to be ready on site. And I think there's a certain art to just that, someone to be able to perform on site like that. And, but, you know, I think at the end of the day, it's something that those who keep those in their process of what they're doing, you'll hear it. Those who don't, you'll also hear it that way too.
You probably ain't gonna hear them that long. I mean, I ain't gonna sit with those.
I wouldn't even say I wouldn't even say you won't hear them that long.
Yeah.
Because I never knock anybody thing, but I just know whatever helps me, I keep these things in my arsenal just for, you know, adaptability. You know what I'm saying? And be able to come in and like, okay, this is how we're going to put this together.
Yeah, you're probably not going to hear them that long either, though.
I mean,
yeah. Sure. So I think, you know, I like everything we're talking about. I just want to ask you personally, like, you know, like, what are the things, what's something that you take with you, you know, that's like a thing like a mantra or, you know, some sort of saying? Because I heard you saying a lot about referencing a lot of producers and, you know, having people that guide you in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are your mentors in a way, you know? So, like, what's something that you learn from a mentor in a sense, or something that you learn from wherever that you keep with you at all times?
No, I have this saying, the one thing that popped in my head right now was this saying that I learned from my boy No ID. He always equates to making music like he equates it to like owning a bakery, and he says like you got to think about music, and especially if you're working with an artist, as something that can change and be molded. Because sometimes when you're in the mode of just making beats, and beats are great, we need beats, but it's like making, it's like you open your bakery shop and like I'm making all these pies and all these cakes and I'm making strawberry shortcakes, I'm making, you know, pound cakes, I'm making lemon pound cakes, I'm making all these things, and someone comes in my shop and it's like, yeah, nah, I think I want banana bread. And you like, I ain't made no banana bread, but I got these cakes. But then he said, the key is just to be like, ask the person like, what do you want? And then once you ask the question, it allows you to just pull the ingredients.
Yeah.
And then once you got the ingredients, then you can make whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you have to music has to be molded for people to understand. Because you could be doing something incredible and could be dope, but moldability is the key to creating moments for people that they can see themselves and imagine themselves and be in the world. So that is something I just popped in my head when you were talking about.
That was very fire.
Yeah, no, it was dope.
Shout out Dion. Shout out No ID. Yeah. And shout out DJ Dahi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That was very good.
Come on,
and
brother.
Educational.
Yeah.
I love you, bro.
Love you too.